Centra says, quick question. Is it better to pay off and pay in cash for things or get loans to build credit and use the pill method to beat the 88-year-old interest cost game? Well, that's his first question. And then he has a follow up.
All right. Let's take the first question.
Let's deal with the first one. Yes.
All right. Excellent. So here's what we're doing, folks. There's an adage that people have been repeating for years, that cash is king. Let me tell you something. Cash is not king. Cash is not even prince. Okay. A wise use of somebody else's money is king. All right. Because here's what I know. We just put up an example that if a real estate investor using the pill method takes his effective interest rate down to 0.67%, that means he can borrow money for less than 1%. So what should your cash be doing? Your cash should be working in some sort of investment. Listen, even if your cash was in a CD making 1%, you're still better off borrowing money if we can get it down to an effective interest rate of 0.67%. But guess what? We have clients that are averaging 7, 8, 9% with their money. If you can make 7, 8, 9% with your money, is there any reason to pay cash for a house where you could borrow the money at an effective interest rate of 1% or less? Absolutely not. And let me tell you something else, folks. Now you got me on my doggone soapbox again. All right. Listen, success leaves footprints. And when success leaves footprints, you want to walk in those footprints to find out what the successful people are doing. The largest buildings downtown are the banks. So how did they get there? How did they stay there? Okay. So if we're supposed to use cash, if we're not supposed to borrow money, the banks are the biggest borrowers in town. And so, Kirk, I'm gonna need you to help me on this, man. So if they're the biggest borrowers in town, whose money are they borrowing?
Yours and mine.
How about that? They're borrowing our money. And Kirk, what are they doing with that money after they borrow it from us?
They're lending it to others and charging them rent on it. And then they're buying other buildings and making money on those. They have the biggest buildings downtown, just like you said.
So they're lending that money out. They're investing our money. And wow, and they're making a lot of money with our money.
Yes, they are.
And how much do they pay us for using our money?
I was going to say nothing, but in fact, they actually charge us.
So when it's all said and done, we actually end up paying for the privilege of them lending out our money, making huge profits. Wow. So here's what I'm saying, folks. If we can take a page out of their book, would it be possible for us to borrow their money, make a huge profit for using their money, and pay them pennies on the dollar for the use of that money? Can we then do approximately the same thing that they're doing by learning that success leaves footprints?
Yeah.
That's then exactly what I'm going to say. Why are the financial gurus out there saying that cash is king and the most successful people on the planet with funds are the biggest borrowers in town? I don't even have the words to say. Why are they saying that when it is clear that you're successful by leveraging somebody else's money? Oh my goodness. Well, folks, all we want to do here is ask good questions and try to get good answers about things that are going on every day. Please don't just accept the status quo that that's the way it goes and assume that somebody has asked the hard questions. They haven't. You see, if you look at my bio on Clubhouse, you will see that with the pill method, okay, our fintech, financial technology, our fintech answers questions about finance people didn't even know to ask. So not only are you going to get good answers here, folks, you're going to get the good questions as well.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.